Hi, hello, g'day, kia ora, welcome to the studio. I'm Paula from MoxyMojo and thank you for joining me for Dephemerember 2024. Today is the 17th of December and the prompt is flip out page and old photos. For this prompt response, I'm using a kit from Tailor Made Journals. This is the Edwardians Vintage Photos Set 3. I'm starting off by cutting up all the photos into smaller pieces. I'm then going to trim them into squares ready for use for this project.
Okay, so I've cut up all my photos. I've cut them all 9 centimeters high, and they are as close to 9 centimeters wide as I could get them. Either 9 centimeters, or I think the narrowest was 8.8 centimeters. So there's only 1 or 2 mils we're talking about. So I've sorted those all out. I've got a couple of spare ones in there just in case. Now what I'm kind of envisaging is almost like a milliner's catalogue. That's kind of what I'm aiming for, but it's probably more of a modern twist on it, and it wouldn't have been done back in the Edwardian era. So it's a bit more modern than that. And I made myself like a little wee template just out of a book page, just so that I could put it on each of the pages to decide where I wanted to cut and trim according to that. And that was, really helpful. So now I've got, this is going to be my main paper, this creamy one. And then I need one cover sheet, which I'm going to do in this colour. I think they coordinate quite well. This is quite a bit thicker than this, but that's okay. So now I'm going to trim this one down to 9 by 9, and then these ones I'm going to trim into long strips that are 4 inches wide. Right. These are our 4x4s, so what I need to do is score these at 4 inches and 8 inches. That's one. This one, so this is the 12 1/4. So we are going to score this at 4 inches, 4 1/8 of an inch. Then we jump another 4 inches, so that'll be 8 1/8 of an inch. And 8 1/4. Right, and then the same for this one. That is all the scoring we need to do. That is short and sweet. Let's start with, these are the ones that have only got the 4 and 8. So I'm going to fold these on the score lines. And I'm just making sure that I am lining up the sides for when I'm pressing that down. Then I'll flip that out, do the same here. Right, so we've got that and that, 3 and 4. So have you worked out what we're doing yet? What the plan was to have those there, then we'd go 1, 2, so short, short, so then we'd go like, so it's like a exploding card. But we have ways and means, so that one there doesn't go over, and then with these ones we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So that one worked okay. What I think is going to be the answer is we need to like trim out the centre one, because it's going to be adhered into the journal, so that it's within the journal a flip out in there. So that should work. Now, which ones? I want to have one that is full. So if we do make that the bottom layer, which is a bottom one with the extra in there, is full. So then this next one, if we trim it in half, now what if I do that? I'm just thinking out here, aloud out here. If I do the 2 center ones, because the top one also needs to be full. So if I do the top 2, if I cut them on the diagonal, then I will have the 2 diagonals there, 2 triangles there, 2 triangles there, so they should fit inside one another. I'm going to work this out. You don't need to see me fluffing about with it. You just want to see it in the journal. I just want to see it in the journal. But we're going to do the working out bit. I'll let you know what I have to do. Okay, so I have trimmed this out. So this was together, and these two were together. And what I did was I've cut it on the diagonal and diagonal, so that they now all fit together on one layer. So the bottom layer is whole, these 4 are the points, and then the top layer is also whole. And then this one I've actually taken about 1/16 off the side in order to allow the other pages to wrap around it. That's the easiest, quickest and easiest way for me to do it without having to recut the whole lot. Now I've labelled here top, bottom, left, right, so that I know which one goes where as I stick them in. But I've actually just thought, do I want to round the corners? And in which case I think it would be easier for me to do that up front, less like, you know, less wieldy, more wield, no, less wieldy. So what I'm going to try is I want to try this fancy corner first. And I quite like it, but I was just wondering whether it would get damaged, but I think I like it. Okay, we're going to go with that one. Quick and easy decisions today. So we've got 4 corners and the base unit. You know it's all about the bass, no treble. All about the bass, no treble. It's all about the bass, no treble. Alright, there we go. So, long is at the top. Do I want to ink around the edges now that I've done that? Yeah, it would look nice, wouldn't it? Well, I'm going to be here forever inking, so we'll be back shortly once it's all done. Okay, so everything is inked. I've inked around like the sides and like the folds. I haven't done the bit that's going to be hidden on the 4 points. The top one I've done all sides. The bottom one I've done all of this one, and the only one I didn't do was here, just because I wasn't sure what was going to be seen, what wasn't. So now let me just check. So that's the longest side there. So that is the top for there. Right. So now we are ready to stick this together, and I'm going to now, do I stick the no, I want to stick it together first, because that way I'm not going to get the photos up the wrong way. So we're going to now put these all into here. One, 2, 3. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, no, it is. It's on an angle. Ah! Can we? No, I don't want to try pulling it up. Okay, we're just going to have to put that one down to human error. So, well, yep, still folds up. That folds up there. So there's a slight buckling because of that. But okay, so then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, look at that. It folds up perfectly. You'd never know. Even despite the slight buckling, you wouldn't know that that is the case. Before we stick it on a page, I need to decide what ribbon I'm going to use. I know, like, most of you don't need to do this. You just kind of know what you want in your heads. Or you've imagined what it's going to look like. But because I can't imagine it, this is what I've got to do. I've got to audition every bit. So welcome to my world. See, look, I'm really torn with this one. I mean, this one looks lovely, but given that this is like a sales catalogue, or like that's how I'm doing it, is like it's a sales catalogue for a millinery company, and then I think it would be like really cool that, okay, the tie that they use is what they measure the heads with, so it's like a twofer type deal. So okay, right, we're going for this one. Alright, so that's on there. So now I need to do my corners on this. Because this is going to be like the front cover of our little wee book. Right, we're going to ink this. I'm going to stick that on. I am, as usual, eyeballing this. Cool, I like that. I need to just come up with a label. Now, so we have all our little pictures to put in. So now the question is, are we going to round the corners of them? Why don't I try on one of my extra photos? Let's just see whether I like the corners being rounded or shaped. So we're going to use the same punch. So which one shall we try? Let's try this bottom one. So we want the two bottom corners, because let's be honest, this is going to be a lot of punching. So we have that, which would be square, or we have that. And now, do we do all four of them, which would be even more punching? I guess I'm doing a lot of punching. Okay, so I think because this is like would be like a catalogue, and so the manufacturer would want the pictures to look the best, that then they would go that little wee extra bit further and doing like the punching of the corners. And plus I know a lot of older like older photo albums, you did have like the extra punching and like corner shaping of things. So punching it is. Alright, so that one can go back to there. So we'll start with you because I know what you are, and carry on. Okay, I have punched all the corners of every one, and I have inked around them all in vintage photo oxide, distress oxide, and then I've also pulled out some little wee labels as well. But what we're going to do now is place them around and stick them down. So these are going to be the ones that are in the centermost positions. So I'm going to start with the center one. And I'm just going to glue them in, and I'm going to put glue across the entire surface very lightly, just because I don't want them buckling. So that's that, and then and I'm just going to eyeball them. I'm not measuring them at all. And then just, it's going to be a random pick of labels, and just put them in different places. No, I'm not going, because these are all so small, and because they are all different colours, I am not going to ink them. So that looks quite cool. Okay, now really sorry, I forgot to video writing the label. MoxyMojo, Milliner and Modiste. Based in New Zealand. Not that I think New Zealand had even been discovered in the old Edwardian era when these hats were around, but hey, that's beside the point. So, page. I want it to be a fairly thick page, and it needs to be in a signature that doesn't have too much bulk, so that's not the last one. It's not that one, so it's going to be this one. And I'm thinking on like this paper, the music paper, because it is quite strong. So maybe we will put it, you want to go there or there? I know I have a tendency to put things on this page, this side rather than this side. But yep, I think it's going to be there. Although there looks quite good too. So we want with the blue. I think maybe this side. The blue just doesn't quite look right. Now, oops, wobbly glue again, there we go. So now I'm going to put plenty of glue on it this time, because we want it firmly adhered in place. Now, in hindsight, I maybe should have left a bit more room. No, because it is kind of bulging at the seams, which is fairly normal for me. I do underestimate how much space I need to leave. One day I might learn. Oh, sorry, you can't even see me gluing. Oh, yeah. So I'm just gluing, I've glued around the edge. I'm just putting a good amount of glue on here, especially over the ribbon, to make sure it stays down. Yeah, I like it. It is because I neglected to account for the fact that I have put 17 photos in this thing. I thought 1/8 of an inch all on you know, 4 sides would be enough, but no, it wasn't. I mean, yeah, okay, I can make it there just. Now, where are we going? We're going to go kind of, yeah, let's go in the middle, because we haven't really got much in the middle. And when it comes to tying in a bow, maybe this wasn't the best ribbon, because it's just added even more bulk to an already bulky, a chunky lady. But what the heck, I don't mind at all. Right, that seems to be stuck. So now we will undo. So there we go. Let's just move you in. Oh no, maybe not. So we have MoxyMojo, Milliner and Modiste. That's another nod to, you know, my Bridgerton fanship. And as we flip open, we see, now I've left all the labels empty on you know, purpose. I may come back and like write in some prices. But yeah, I just love the way it just like flips out, and this is my catalogue of the different hats. And there's just so much to see. I love that there's like views from the back. And then we get to our, like, this was my favourite picture out of all of them, so that's why that's in the middle. But there is my flip out page and my old photos. So hopefully that is enough flips for you. I'm pretty much flipped out for now. Somehow I have to take a picture of this, or two, or probably about 20,000, in order to be able to share this with everyone. But I love it. It's turned out exactly as I thought it would. I think it's really cool. I think it is absolutely beautiful. And I mean, this is the kind of thing that you could do as a standalone ephemera. You could turn it into I've seen it done as a card. I've seen it done as scrapbook pages. It is something from back in the day when I was a scrapbooker. But I mean, if you're doing a journal, just look at the real estate you've just created. I mean, even if you only did one layer, that's still 8 pages, 9 if you count the center, that you've just, like, well, okay, don't count the center because you've used that up on the page, but 8 extra pages you've just created. That is just awesome. So, folding it in, and then we're going to fold that one up, fold one down. Now we're getting into the layer with the extra space. So those two are good, but we are getting a bit bulgy on these two. And then it's time to tie it up. Put it in a pretty bow. And I do like this measuring tape. It might be a wee bit long, but hey. There we go. You can hang down like that. Yeah. But I need to learn to tie it so that the thingies are there. So I hope you like this as much as I do. It's a lot of work. It really is. This is not your quick piece of ephemera. It's taken me quite a few hours to put together, but I think it's really worth it. So much you can do with this, so many options. Go for it, give it a go, try it. You'll either like it or not. And if you do try it, I think you're gonna love it, to be honest. Okay, that's it for me for now. I will see you back in the studio tomorrow. And bye for now.